Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome to the CNBC-TV18 Mumbai studio. You're tuned into Your Stocks. I'm Pavitra Parekh. With me is Ekta Batra. For the markets right now, Ekta is absolutely flat, right? It has been a volatile session, but it's absolutely flat. It's still around a 60-point recovery from the lows. But, you know, for now, it is also the mid-cap index which has sort of cut its losses by a lot. So we were outperforming for most of the day, and right now that is also completely flat. It is the Nifty Bank where you're seeing pain come through once again. After that recovery which we saw earlier in the day, the Nifty Bank once again is down around 150 points. What's doing well? Some of the auto names holding up. Eicher, of course, after earnings, but you also have the likes of Maruti doing well. Some from the metals pack holding up today. So whether it's the Tata Steel, JSW, JSPL, these ones doing quite all right. And Reliance has been adding support for the past couple of sessions after that underperformance which we saw at the beginning of the year. So do keep that on your radar. But on the downside, Ekta, so many of the pharma names finding themselves there.
Yes, absolutely. But you can't forget Apollo Hospitals, which is in fact the top gain on the Nifty at this point in time. So it's really exceeded in terms of the commentary from the management as opposed to the numbers. Nonetheless, we do have a lot of ground to cover in terms of a lot of queries to answer. But before that, let's start with a CNBC TV18 exclusive. The FY24 estimated RBI or Reserve Bank of India dividend is aimed to be closer towards 30,000 crores and is quote-unquote conservative. And the government, in fact, is sticking to its FY23 deficit target. Sapna Das is joining in with what she's picking up from sources on the macros. Sapna.
Hi, absolutely right. We have been given to understand from government sources that the FY24 RBI dividend aim could actually be conservative. 30-odd thousand crores is what has been estimated, so to speak, and there's an expectation that they could actually be exceeding that number sometime next year, of course. Also, in terms of the current financial year, there has been a bit of uncertainty on the disinvestment front, particularly given the HZL matter, and a lot of questions have been raised whether the HZL OFS will actually happen in the current financial year or not. So despite some uncertainty on that front, even if the revised aim is missed in terms of divesting receipts, the government is still confident that they will be meeting the number, the fiscal deficit number for this year. So I think that's an important takeaway. And last but not the least, throughout the year, wheat and rice prices have been soaring, especially wheat. And a couple of measures government has already taken recently to cool it down. We have just seen the second advance estimate numbers come out of wheat production yesterday. All from that, what it stems is that the wheat harvest is expected to be good and buoyant. And over the next 2 to 3 odd months, this is likely to not just impact the wheat prices, but also overall food inflation. So government sees a lower uptake in food inflation over the next 2 to 3 odd months.
All right, Sapna, thanks a lot for joining us and taking us through all of the details on this exclusive story. But with that, let's move on and bring you our guest for today, because we have lots of queries that have come through. So Kush Bora joins us. He's founder at kushbora.com. We also have Sharad Avasthi, who's head of PCG research at